Hey, what's up, YouTube? Your boy No More Gang Stalking. Let's get some information about the new American Stasi.
Hello guys, this is Matzilla with another video. In part 1, I explained how fusion centers are most likely the guiding hand behind most of the gang stalking phenomena occurring here in the United States. And in this video, I will be explaining how we got there. And here in front of me, I have a new magazine article, and the author is Brian Doherty. He's a senior editor for Reason Magazine, a very reputable magazine. You could check out their website. And the title of his article is called An American Stasi. And those of you not familiar with Stasi Germany, it was basically East Germany. And in East Germany, they had 300,000, just about 300,000 civilian spies that policed a population of about 15 million or so. These are rough estimates, by the way, guys. Brian Doherty found out that there was a operation, and this operation is called Operation Tips. And in Operation Tips, the idea was to have 1 million Americans in 10 cities as government informants, quote unquote, civilian spies. And most of these American spies would come from Citizen Corps. And another YouTuber, First Amendment to the United States of America, created a video on Citizens Corps, and I have the link in the description below. And these tip soldiers have been given permission to go where the police can't necessarily go. And they already, and during this time, according to my research, they already had started training the civilian spies, and they were going to come from all walks of life in the private sector. And here we go. We have some of the people. We have American truckers, letter carriers, train conductors, chips captain, utility employees, and others, quote unquote, your neighbors in your community. And they were all potential members of this proud army of snoops and busybodies. However, snitches. Congress found out about Operation Tips, and they say, hey, wait a minute, this is going to infringe upon human rights. And here we have an article, and it is also from a reputable source. It is from the Village Voice, and it talks about the death of Operation Tips. Many in Congress said, hey, we don't want Americans spying on each other. We need to bury it. And they struck it out from the Homeland Security bill. So shortly after they supposedly canceled Operation Tips, that is when fusion centers began to take shape, beginning in about 2003. And this is the ACLU report. It will be in the description below, and it's also the same document that I discussed in my first part 1 series of Who is Behind Gang Stalking. And basically, they had 1 million civilian spies. That's probably went up. Quote unquote gang stalkers ready to go to work. So what the Department Homeland Security probably did, and it is what the ACLU believes that they did, is shortly after Operation Tips was canceled, they just switched the name to Fusion Centers and kept everything secret instead of out in the open. In this ACLU report also, it states that the concept of fusion center was already attempted by the Bush administration and proposed nationalizing this very concept in 2002 through its TIPS program. Congress blocked it due to the public outcry, which I explained earlier in this video. But it has resurfaced around the country in various guises, which means it's in secret now. Nobody's supposed to know that there are gang stalkers or civilian spies harassing people using COINTELPRO program, harassment techniques, Stasi techniques. Not right, incorrect, wrong way of doing intelligence, incorrect way of policing. The flagging of innocent individuals is constant, and you're seeing it on the internet with all the victims coming forward
of gang stalking. It needs to stop now.
And a lot of these street dudes you see, they are informants, government informants.